I don't even know what to say. I didn't think anybody would care about what we were doing over here, but I really appreciate all the nice comments. And
Should I return to my slumber?
yeah, you may return to your slumber permanently if you interrupt me when I'm talking to my people again.
You turned me loose from the nervous hospital, and I was well.
How about it, y'all? Hawg here. Thanks for watching. This thing right here, the baddest farmer in the game. I really regret not starting with this demon hunter. Unfortunately, I have a unhealthy obsession with the Wizard Talrasha set, and so when they had talked about bringing it back, I called an audible and made a wizard. So once it was geared all the way to 70 and all, it's doing good damage. It does, nuclearize everything that goes around. Um, it's just slow. It's slow as molasses on a cold winter morning rolling down an ice covered hill. Slow, right? So I got to thinking, man, it's still really early in the season. I better get on a farmer build right now. So Unhallowed Essence, of course, is they've been talking about it since before the start. And man, this thing's bad. And now, when I say bad now, I mean awesome. It is now the fastest T16 bounties, Nephilim Rift, stuff like that. It's the fastest one out there. It's faster than Gears of Dreadnought set. It's faster than anything. Whatever you can throw at me in the comments, it's faster. Or at least according to the Vegito and the other guys that have been doing this. So I think it's pretty nasty. Whenever they came out with that challenge rift a couple weeks ago, I was pretty interested by it. Yeah, it was only like level 45 challenge rift, whatever. But it was still interesting. I wanted to see. So when I heard they were messing around with it for this season, and then when I heard it was one of the fastest farmers in the game, it was a no-brainer. So, but from my experience, so I want to show you this thing will just absolutely make you rich. I call it the Richie Rich build. You can do about a greater rift, maybe 80 with it, until you start optimizing gear, or maybe if you go solo. It just depends what you're doing. Highly recommend playing this in a group, because what I'm about to tell you what to do with this, you really need a group there, okay? And then I'll show you what to do. So I'm gonna put some chapters in here for us, because I just want to go over the gear real quick. I'm gonna try to go as quick as possible because it's really not that complicated. But just because some of these other variants, they're called other names on other channels, but they're not going into what you need to make sure you have so that you can do damage. So I had a problem doing damage. I was getting pissed off because I was, had a million damage on paper and all. I couldn't kill anything. So it just turns out I had a couple of wrong skills on, and I just didn't know how to use the build, and I needed to roll a couple of things on my items. So I'm going to take as quick as I possibly can. If you've been watching the channel already, you know I'm a little long-winded. I can't help it. I'm from the South. It's just how we are. We like to talk, and we like to tell stories, and we like to make sure you get every vivid imagination detail possible, right? Okay. So I'm going to go through the items I got. I'm going to go through the skills. And then I'm going to show you what you need to do and how to guarantee that you get rich, right? So, hey, if you haven't done it already, hit subscribe for me. It's unbelievable the amount of subscribers we've gotten. We've been doing the channel maybe like, I want to say 5 days. I think it's a little bit longer. Maybe it's been like 7, 8 days. We've been uploading constant stuff. Guys, thanks so much. That's kind of, I don't even know what to say. I didn't think anybody would care about what we were doing over here, but I really appreciate all the nice comments. And
Should I return to my slumber?
yeah, you may return to your slumber permanently if you interrupt me when I'm talking to my people again. I'm sorry, y'all. It's rude. So anyway, thanks so much for the support and the nice comments already, and the likes, and the all of the views and everything. It's killer. So if we can just keep this momentum going, I'd love to see us get to 1,000 in a couple months. So we do plan on following the next 2 seasons. I believe there's 2 left. Then we're going straight to D4. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate y'all.
Patience was never my virtue.
You hear this? No, we ain't being patient. We're trying to bring videos to people, okay? All right, so like I said, unhallowed essence set. So you need head, feet, shoulders, torso, hands. Head, feet, torso, shoulders, hands. You need Raps of Clarity. Okay, this gives you your hatred generators, reduce your damage taken by 50%. You really don't need this. I'm just going to be honest with you. You can swap this for, you can put Nemesis Bracers on here. You can put, Kalalindis Raps, or you can put Warza Chans. So I like these personally just because every time you destroy a wreckable object, you gain a short burst of speed. Really helpful to clear out even faster. The Quiver, Dead Man's Legacy. Multi-shot hits enemies below 60% health twice. Damage is increased by 153%, okay? What you want to roll on this, you want Hatred Regen, okay? This one goes, this one's kind of crappy. You see that 1.37. It really needs to be 1.5. You can see these numbers by holding control while you're hovering over your item. So you really need that hatred regen, okay? You want to try to get hatred regen, and you want to get discipline and cooldown. That's what you want. So we're taking Captain Crimson's, regenerates 6,000 life per second, reduces cooldowns of all skills by 20%, reduces all resource costs by 20%. Damage dealt is increased by your percentage of cooldown reduction. So again, we really need cooldown. What we're looking for, y'all, is enough cooldown to where Vengeance stays active all the time. Where you can just constantly, as soon as it's done, boom, right back on it. And from what I'm seeing, and this might be a little high, cooldown. I'm at 35.3, and that's with Dawn in the cube here, which takes 65% off, right? So with this setup, I'm able to stay in Vengeance, and I'll get to what Vengeance is in a second. I just wanted to touch on that. For the bow, we're running Yang's Recurve, right? And we have put the, we've made it Sanctimonious, right? So we put Strafe now cast the last non-channeled hatred spending ability that you cast. So, multi-shot, and then Strafe, and Strafe will continue to cast multi-shot. While you can also cast multi-shot. We'll show you here in just a minute. You want resource costs. You know, I'm pretty sure it rolls that all the time. That's 50%. You're going to want to get a Romulandi's Cube and add this socket and put your crit hit damage gem in there, which is a Flawless Royal Emerald. Alright, Focus Restraint. And in this side, I got the Guguk of Swiftness. So the reason we're running Guguk is the gain 1% cooldown reduction per stack of Swiftness. We are attacking so fast. You're fixing to see here in just a second. We are attacking so fast that we will get this stack right here up like that. And so then the two-piece set, you know, when you use a resource generating attack, you deal 15% increased damage. And when you hit with a resource spending attack, you deal 50% increased damage. So, I don't know why they just didn't say you deal 15% damage all the time, or 50% damage all the time, but that's alright. Finally got into Ancient Restraint. I haven't rolled this really at all. But again, you want to get Discipline. Y'all, you got to make sure, let me explain to you how this build works. So if you see the 6-piece set, your generators, multi-shot, and Vengeance deal 350% increased damage for every point of discipline you have. Okay? So, if you have seen my max roll video, then you know you can play with things, right? There's not going to be somebody to go, that's not on max roll. Do not do that. No, you're free to do whatever you want to do, right? So there's a couple of different options. Let's go over the main stuff that you need to have, and then I'll show you the options. You got to have multi-shot, okay? There's two options here. You can either run full broadside, which is what I like to run, fire a massive volley of arrows dealing 500% weapon damage, or you can go arsenal. That's a fire skill. Every time you fire, you launch 3 rockets that deal 300%. I don't personally care for those rockets. I like the full broadside. I like the arrows. Okay. Just keep in mind that if you go arsenal, one of your items needs to have plus fire skills. So your squirts or whatever you're running, you need to have that plus 20% fire skill. If you're running the physical, same thing if you can get it. All right, your primary, your left mouse or however, wherever you want it is going to be strafe. Okay, strafe, drift, and shadow. Movement speed increased 100% of normal running speed while strafing. So again, speed, speed, speed. You really wouldn't play with this one because again, this is a speed build. If you wanted to start pushing and stuff, you're gonna come up with a different build. You're gonna alter a couple more things besides just all the speed stuff. The goal here is to blast in there, get bounties, get out. Blast in the Nephilim Rift, clear it as fast as possible, and you're going to be reaching out 20, 30 yards to enemies and just wiping the floor with them. So, on my Z right here, I've got Invigoration, and that's, Preparation, Invigoration Room. What this does is instantly give you 30 Discipline, if you need it, by casting it. So, if you get spaz mode like I do, and clicking everywhere and just acting like I'm wizard again for some reason because I'm new to Demon Hunter. This is what you cast right here, and then boom, there it is. And it's also got a passive ability that permanently increases your maximum discipline by 20.
Jesus Christ.
So, defensive, shadow power. Now again, you can play with this. You have to have this. Why? Because of the permanent maximum 20. You got to have this in the build somewhere. If this is really below 50, this should be higher. I should have 15 more. I got to figure out where it all went. That's how much damage you're doing right here. Because you're taking this times 350. Remember what the set said. Right? 350% increased damage for every point of discipline. So that would be, the way that I understand that is 350%, of 50. So let's do some calculating. Just because I'm curious. Y'all remember when we was in school and you go to ask for a calculator and the teacher would be like,
You're not always going to have a calculator in your hand at all times.
well, look who's laughing now. I didn't need to learn your stupid ass multiplication tables. Alright, so 350% increased damage for every point of discipline you have. 50 discipline, you're going to get 17,500% increased damage. So, pretty good. Like I said, it doesn't go super high pushing and all that. T16, right? All right, so shadow power. You can play with this if you want, if you're pushing, but really, it's shadow glide. Okay, some people choose to put a generator here, so you can come over here and pick one of these. And it'll proc your damage a little bit more, but I don't really think you're going to need it. Let me know in the comments if you're running a generator, because I'm not having problems not running a generator at all. So, smoke screen, okay? This one's very important. You got to have this one. We're taking smoke screen, and you're going displacement room, okay? 100% movement speed while invisible. You want to make sure you got enough cooldown. As much cooldown as possible, because I think you're still going to get, yep, here you go. So let me show you how to calculate, basically, how you're going to need this to reset. Is you just take that cooldown's 1.5 seconds long, the skill lasts for 1 second, you take the 1, and you divide it by 1.5. You need 66.6% at least, maybe 2 or 3, 4 more. To get that right there to where it's almost all the time, just stays on, But that right there, what that does, is that grants you an immunity. You can't be killed while you're invisible, or so I've heard. I'm trying to really see that. Um, but yeah, it's all about the movement speed. This whole build is about movement speed. While you're firing your strafes and all off, you're going to be spamming this smoke screen all the time. So yeah, just remember about that preparation. If you're out of discipline, you need discipline. That's what that's there for. Besides the fact that it's has a passive. And then vengeance. You got this is the seethe. This is what keeps you from burning up all your hatred. This is the main reason right here. So don't change this unless you feel comfortable with the build and you're used to playing the build. Vengeance is going to give you 40% increased damage on top of hatred generation, right? So you always want vengeance up, and you want enough cooldown to where you can spam this. You don't have to wait for it. And again, same way, to figure out how much cooldown you're going to need, you take that 20 seconds, that's how long vengeance lasts, and divide it into 90, and you get like 77.8. But as my buddy Swede pointed out, because again, math ain't my thing, sometimes comprehension ain't my thing. You're not really needing, 77.8% to get this down. And the reason is, we got to look at our cube, see what's in here anyway. But the reason is we're taking Dawn in the cube. So this is actually going to reduce our cooldown of Vengeance by 65%, right? So you're going to take that 77.8, and we're going to minus 65. Now you need 13.46. So, add one more on it. Maybe you need to get it to 17, just to be safe. Like, get it to the next breakpoint if you're flirting with it. I don't know off the top of my hand what the next breakpoint on that would be. Cool down. Yeah, see, I'm at 15.3. Okay, so next, Visage of Guinness. I guess that's how you say that. Vengeance gains affect the Dark Heart rune. So you gain the Dark Heart rune when you wear that, as well as the one that we got selected. So we got Seethe on, and then we'll get Dark Heart, right? Perfect. And what that Dark Heart does, just reduces your damage by half, is all it is. Your passives, we play around a lot with these. We're trying to figure out which one we really like more than anything. We got Tactical Advantage. Okay, so whenever you use Vault, Shadow Power, Smokescreen, or Backflip with Evasive Fire, you gain 60 movement speed for 2 seconds. So, again, look, see, I'm not really understanding what I was doing. You don't see Evasive Fire on there. If you're going to replace one of these to actually use Tactical Advantage, you got to put it right here. Okay, or wherever you feel comfortable, but it's got to replace Shadow Power. I got Sharpshooter going, gain 4% critical hit chance every second. This bonus is reset 1 second after you successfully critically hit. You're firing so much, so many bolts, so fast, all over the place. I don't know if we were discussing it earlier. I don't know if it's really worth this right here, but it's something to mess around with. We are running archery that gives us 8% increased damage. And we run in Blood Vengeance. This is very important right here. Maximum hatred is increased by 25. In addition, gain 30 hatred and 3 discipline when you're healed by a health globe. That really comes in handy, right? So, again, everything revolves around these two. Keep them up. Now, the trick to getting rich, okay? Once you've got this built and you've got it optimized, okay, so you've got resource cost reduction on it. You've got cooldown reduction on it. The most important thing to me right now is resource reduction. If that's what you get first, resource reduction. That will keep you from, pissing this away, basically. You're going to get you angelic crucible, and you're gonna add your sanctimonious power to the Yang's recurve. Okay. So make sure you do that, and then make sure you put the Romulandis. I know I've already said it, but I put it on Dead Man's Legacy before, and it just didn't work right. Okay. Now, you need to go in the inventory and get a broken crown if you've got it in there. This right here. Because what we're fixing to do is blow your mind. So if you're not familiar with Broken Crown, whatever gem you got in here, it drops another one. So this one, it won't drop a flawless diamond, a flawless royal diamond, but it'll drop a Marquise or Imperial. Okay. So if you're diamond poor or you're emerald poor or whatever the deal is, you put that gem in the helm, and you run a couple rings, or you run a couple bounties, or whatever you're doing, and bada bing, bada boom, there you go. All right, so anyway, you get the picture. I highly recommend doing this with a buddy, with 3 buddies. Okay, you're more than welcome to reach out to our Discord. If you don't have anybody to play with, come over to our Discord. We'll be glad to play with you. We're really fun. We're really welcoming. So my username on there is Hawg number 3088. Just reach out to me. It's no problem. Oh, all right. So we built the character. You've optimized your items. We're running Guguk. We're running Bane of the Stricken, and it squirts with Zay's Stone, right? Now, it's time to make our key. Make sure that your broken crown is in there for the love of God, okay? Cannot stress how important this is. Take our little crucible, and what you wanting is a puzzle ring. It looks like this right here. We popped some earlier. We wanted to show you. And y'all, let me tell you something right now. I popped a lot of ancient puzzle rings. And I've always warned people, so I'm going to go ahead and warn y'all, if you've never popped an ancient puzzle ring, especially one of these sanctimonious puzzle rings, y'all, be prepared to lag. The game almost crashes. You need to have the guy in the very back, or maybe the guy that's second up front, start trying to pick up some death breath. But usually you want to blast. You want to try to kill as many goblins. Don't let none of them escape. Everybody needs to be dead. So don't be in the back, the front part of the vault, looting while there's active goblins all over the place. So speaking of active goblins, I'm going to show you this. This is a sanctimonious puzzle ring that was run after a trash level 51 puzzle ring, which is not allowed to be sanctified. But y'all, this is the most unbelievable vault I've ever seen. And I've always warned people, hey, sometimes you can get in that vault and it's wall-to-wall, treetop tall, full of goblins from sea to shining sea of gold in there, right? And I never really, we've had a pretty good bit one time, but the second I get in here, it's like, God. So check that out.
As soon as I have my UE set up.
There's got to be, isn't there a way to get more staff, more sword?
Oh shit, another one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the amount of goblins in this motherfucker. Get in here now.
Y'all in here?
Oh fuck.
Holy shit. This is one that I'm talking about that can be head to toe, damn wall to wall, sea to shining sea. With fucking goblins, oh my God!
I've yet to come back.
Right now.
I will not be.
Whoa! Pick up some stuff, and try to save it. That'll reduce the lag some. There we go.
Yeah, okay, I grabbed death breath and some other shit. Give me the gold, give me the death breath. Trying to save this. bro? Maybe? Grab?
Oh,
This one is fatty.
oh
Yeah.
my God! This is the king of all. This is the king. Look at all these. Oh my God! Look at all these topaz.
It's so fucking wild. See, this one made the last one. See, we were just like preloading it, so with the shitty one, so that it could come back.
Holy shit!
Yeah. See, what you need is a level 55 puzzle ring to kind of like preload it in there, and then it just
That's the
like
secret.
fucking it just makes
Primed
up
it.
for it on the back.
Prime-
and,
yeah,
yeah.
Prime it.
You gotta
Dude,
prime
that's
your
the
puzzle
Lord.
rings with level 55 puzzle rings.
Holy. Well, I walked in that and I heard,
Ridiculous.
ha fucking all the way to the back. I was like, Jesus Christ, get in here.
Oh yeah, there were like
When you
30
were
of them.
standing there. There was like 20 just waiting. You could just fucking a line of them.
Oh my God. And yeah, you are able to push, you are able to push a lower, maybe 80s GR. We did do that with 3 men. Here's just a couple samples of that.
God, fire dude.
Wasn't anything crazy. As long as we had two demon hunters. As long as they stayed together, it was fine. But yeah, again, maybe with some alterations, it's able to push a little bit better. But as of right now, it is the fastest farmer in the game, and that's what you need, especially if you're trying to run a wizard, because the wizard's just slow. Now, I am working on some things that might work for the wizard to get us instant teleport, but we'll get there soon. But anyway, if you hadn't hit subscribe, do me a favor, hit subscribe. Y'all are awesome for loving this channel. Let me know what you think down there. I didn't come up with the build, but all I want to do is explain it a little more in detail than just slap this shit on and go slay and you'll never die, because that's not true. Maybe for super advanced players that can do the Demon Hunter in their sleep, but people that ain't played Demon Hunter. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed it and continue grinding out there. I know it's going to start getting grindy because most people have gotten their gear and everything right now. So again, if you need a power level, okay, if you need a clan, the plebs are looking, okay, and if you need just a hangout spot, hit us up. Discord, Hawg 3088. We all real cool. We got people from all over the world that hop in. It's kind of it's small, but it's a growing community. We'd love to have you in there. Appreciate y'all.